So Ramesh, what we're going to talk about right now is 10 habits that destroy your confidence. So I'm going to go through it one by one, and then after every three, I'll hear your perspective about it. Ramesh, clear so far to you? You can unmute then. Yes. Okay, perfect. So one by one, we'll go about it. Okay. So the first habit that I've seen that kills confidence is letting other people's opinions dictate your decisions. Letting other people's opinion dictate your decisions. So as I say this, I also want you to think about some examples, Ramesh, that you might have by mistake used this in the past, or you know some other people who have done this in the past. That's what exactly what we're doing here in this coaching session. So first is letting other people's opinions dictate your decisions. But basically, it's becoming an opinion seeker all the time. That's the first habit that destroys your confidence. The second habit that destroys confidence is constantly feeling small because of negative self-talk. Constantly feeling small because of negative self-talk. And what I mean by that here is where people say some concepts are I'm too sensitive, I'm not good enough, I look ugly, I'm too thin, I'm too fat, I wear specs, I don't wear specs, um, kind of like that. So feeling small is the second habit that lowers somebody's confidence. The third one is not keeping the promises that one makes to himself or herself or themselves, like constantly breaking self integrity. Here, we are not talking about the promises, the appointment of other people, but also the ones you make to yourself. Constantly saying things like, I'm going to be here in 2 minutes, when I know for a fact I'm 18 minutes away from reaching there. So it makes no sense to say 2 minutes. So constantly saying things like this, what happens is we have or people have a negative reputation in their own mind. So before we go on and share the remaining seven, Ramesh, what are your perspective about these three that I shared with you right now? Yes.
Hi, Bishal. Thank you for the session. So, out of the three that you just mentioned, the one that is affecting me still is the second one. Constantly feeling small because of negative self-talk. So, I think this is something I'm still working on. I've, restarted doing the affirmations to address this.
Yes.
So, yeah, it is working, and yeah, I'm gonna make this a daily habit uh, forever. I used to not be good at keeping promises to myself, but I've gotten much better with that now. So yeah, I'm
Perfect.
happy about that.
Cool.
And yeah, the first one is letting other people's opinion dictate your decision. So that is something I've stopped doing completely. So whenever
Perfect.
I think of
Love
doing
that.
something, I just do it. Yeah.
Yeah, love it. So you're seeing a lot of things, some of the things you used to do before, you no longer do.
Yes.
So the idea is for you to do a self-assessment here right now. At the same time, also find out some examples where you don't do it right now, but somebody else does. So you're more clear about how that affects you. Number four, Ramesh, is constantly second guessing your actions and doubting if you did the right action, right? Or if you did the right thing. For example, I'll give an example. I know you told me that you value fitness a lot. You love working out stuff. So you'll see many times what happens is people go to a gym, they will take a membership for 12 months, they come home, and after the 12 months ka theek tha kya? 3 months I should have joined. They start doubting themselves after making a decision, and that actually lowers their confidence because that becomes a habit. Doubting your own decision becomes a habit. And because of that, they always doubt before the next decisions. I'm sure you know some people like that, Ramesh, right? Like who make a
Yes.
decision, doubt. Yeah. So that's
I
the
used to
fourth
be
one
one
that
of those
destroys
people.
your confidence.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I used to be one of those people, Bishal.
Used to
Exactly.
be.
I recall taking a membership for the gym, but I completely wasted that membership. It was for a
Yeah.
year, and I fully wasted it.
Yes.
But later I got into it.
Right. So what I've seen is ultra successful and confident people. What they do is when they take a decision, they make it right, even if it's not right, by maximizing the decision. Meaning, okay, I've gone there, awesome. Either I'll never go again, and I'm happy about it. I'll not go to the gym, I'm happy about it. Or since I've joined, now I'll maximize my benefit by going there. That means sometimes I can miss. Sometimes I'm not going to go. That's okay. But I'm not going to be a victim in my mind by thinking I should have, I could have, because what I've seen is if that person even finds the perfect gym with Arnold Schwarzenegger as their personal trainer, they will feel the same thing. Okay, Arnold is fine, but maybe I should have had Mike Tyson as the personal trainer because they're never happy about the decision. Okay, so that's number four. Number five is this is a habit that I had to work a lot on, which is not accepting compliments and feeling that people are just lying and being sweet. So I remember back in 2009, 2010, many times when I've given speeches, a lot of times Like I was much younger at that time. Many times, people who are double my age used to come to me, and who I, in many ways, idolized. Sometimes they came and said, "Man, your speech was awesome," and I thought in my head, "Oh, they're just being nice to me. It can't be that true." Later, what I realized, Ramesh, is that was my sign of at that time my low self esteem, because of which I couldn't hold that compliment. So now what I do is anytime somebody gives a compliment, I never, first of two things I don't do is never interrupt them by saying no, 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 it's not like, I never minimize what they are saying. It's kind of like that. For example, Ramesh, imagine this for a second, that if I imagine you love chocolate and I bring a packet of chocolate for you, and before I talk about the chocolate, you just throw it away out of my hands. Like, that's what compliment is. Somebody's giving a compliment, and many times we just throw it away, saying, "No, no, no, it's not important. No, 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 stop lying," right? Internally, because we can't hold it. So that's one thing I did. And many times another thing people do is that they start justifying how that is not good enough. Example, you will see sometimes you go to somebody's home and you say, this dessert is awesome, or this cupcake you made is awesome, and they instantly say, it could be better. Actually, I did not get time. I could have added the cashew. They start saying that this is what you are saying. This is not good enough. I'm even better than this. In both cases, now what I've understood is these are signs of low self-esteem or cover-up. So I teach a simple method, simple call. You say thank you. I receive that verbally and mentally. Thank you. I receive your compliment. And that's a habit. It's like receive. If you think about it, that takes a lot of confidence to say that. I appreciate your compliment. I receive that. Not like I'm accepting it, not like I'm understanding it, I'm receiving it. Right? And that can be a game changer. So how many did we do so far, Ramesh? 5?
5.
Yeah. Number 6 is too much apologizing. I'm sorry, okay. Again, I'm sorry, okay. I'm sorry, okay. I believe confident person should say apologize one time powerfully, and then follow it up later at another time, so to prove it. But constantly saying it means, okay, I'm sorry again, I'm sorry again, I'm sorry again, I'm sorry again. You might have seen that sometimes people do that out of too much of guilt and shame. I said that wrong word, okay, I'm sorry, I'm feeling so guilty, again lost. So apologize strongly like a bold human being and move on from there. So don't keep thinking about it. What's your perspective about the last 3 that we spoke about, number 4, 5, and 6?
Bishal, I think I need to work on accepting compliments gracefully. I'm the type who feels, embarrassed when somebody, gives me a compliment. I feel, oh, okay, rehne do yaar, that kind of, reaction. So yeah, I need to work on that. And yeah, sometimes I tend to second guess my actions. Even if I do well at a particular activity, right? I, question myself. Maybe it wasn't good enough. So yeah, that is another thing I need to work on.
Perfect.
And
I'll give you a simple affirmation before we
yeah.
move on. I just want to pause for just a second about that. So I'm going to give you a very simple affirmation that I remembered. So that's why I interrupted. If you just write down under number 5, I take the right decisions, or I make the decisions right. Always. I take the right decisions, or I make the decisions right. I take the right decisions, or I make the decisions right. Meaning I'll do the right thing, or if I don't take the right decision, I'll make it right. Now, how can I make it right? Either by leaving it completely or by going all in about it. This reduces the doubt. This feeling, many times, Ramesh, a lot of people have, second guessing if I did the right thing. It's always going to be there. And one thing I want people to understand, I want you to understand, 1% doubt, 100% out. If you have 1% doubt in the relationship, that means you are 100% out. In a relationship, in a friendship, there is nothing called 99% committed, 99% happy, 99%. Like, think about it. Nobody can say I'm 99% pregnant. You are pregnant. You are not pregnant. I cannot say I'm 87% married. You are married. You are not married. Correct? In the same way, I cannot say I'm 87% confident. You're confident. You're not confident. 1% doubt, 100% doubt. One more example. Are you a vegetarian or non-vegetarian, Ramesh?
I'm a non-vegetarian.
Okay. So, do you know some people, some friends who are completely pure veg? I'll not have any non-vegetarian.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Now, just imagine they come to your home. Let's say you have a family get together, and I know you love cats, so your cat is there sitting on the sofa, right? All the friends come for the meetup, and you say that, hey guys, just want to say before you're married, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you say, hey, my wife and I, we have cooked something amazing, but before we do all that, we have a small, we prepared a little bit of soup for you. So just it's gonna be good. Hey, everybody's like feeling, yeah, yeah, man, it's winter evening, we can use some soup, and you start giving the soup bowl to everybody. And there are two vegetarian people, Jain people, Agarwal people, they're sitting in the back and in the sofa, and you say, hey, this is vegetarian soup, but don't mind, small piece of chicken just fell, just small piece. Small piece, big piece, it doesn't matter. The fact that the chicken fell, they were not going to eat or have the soup at all. Because the fact that even 1% small particle of a chicken fell there, it's no longer a vegetarian soup. Even 1% of a small particle of doubt can crush the confidence. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
1% doubt, 100% out. You were talking about number 6 now.
Yeah, I think I don't have this problem. I don't, apologize too much, but I do apologize at least once if I've made a mistake. Yeah.
Bingo. Bingo. Thank you. Number 7, gossiping about other people's lives constantly. And when I say gossiping, Kirti, it's not just about gossiping about friends, also about gossiping about how Ambanis should not do such big event. They should only give away the money to the poor people. This person who's saying does not give even 10 rupees to anybody. But he has an idea why Ambani should not have. So I'm not talking, maybe they should, maybe they should not. Thing is, that's not my business. What other people do is not my business. Gossiping basically means finding fault of this, from of somebody who's at a distance and not confronting them. For example, if the Ambanis come to in front of them or that boss comes in front of them, they're not going to have the balls and the confidence to say that on their face, but they will be keyboard warriors typing stuff. Did you hear? I think he's having an affair with her. Did you hear? She bought a car. I don't know where she got the money. It's not anybody's business. So it's very important I heard this line many years ago. It's your self growth and self improvement is your 100% job. Meaning it's not your job to make somebody else improve. They should improve. Why they are not doing it? Of course, you can think about it. But at the same time, it's important that gossiping is not something that can be valued in the long term because it can take our confidence down. Number 6, 7. Number 8 is living more on your phone, laptop, than real conversations with real people. This is a very big problem, even though it's very common problem, but using phone too many times, too often, and not using it. So one hack that we have that you can use, in case you haven't, is turning on the grayscale on your phone. So the phone, instead of being color, it will become black and white, right? And any phone can do that, any smartphone can do that. And as a result, what happens is your eyes don't like the black and white color anymore. And because of that, you will use your phone less. So more conversations are extremely valuable. That is number 8. Number 9, something that takes anybody's confidence down is not continuing the journey toward transformation. You'll see sometimes people start learning something, a skill, speaking skills, leadership skills, productivity, performance, and after 2-3 months they give up. They don't continue the journey, and as a result, what happens for them? Everything that was built up goes down. It's kind of like going to the gym to work on your biceps for 45 days and then not going for 6 months. What happens is the biceps don't grow and they don't sustain that power there at all. So that's number 9. And the last one, the biggest mistake people make when it comes to confidence is hang out with other people where there is no challenge. Hang out with people where there is no challenge, meaning just being with comfort zone people, all good, hearing just compliments. We call it the balance method. You need people who make you comfortable, and we also need people who make you challenged constantly. Proper balance is important. If you only stay with people who are challenging you on or giving you comfort, you have a comfortable life. If you're only with people who are only giving you challenge, you don't feel appreciated. The proper balance is required. Life works in balance, yin yang balance, feminine masculine balance, comfort and challenge balance, and that can be beneficial. So Ramesh, number 7, 8, 9, 10. I want to hear your perspective about it right now. Yes.
So number 7 was gossiping about other people. So this is not something that I do. Maybe it's simply not in my nature. So I don't do it. Number 8 is living on the phone more than having real interactions with people. I think this is a very extremely common problem. So yeah, I'm guilty of it. And this is a very good tip, Bishal, turning on grayscale. So I'll try it
Mm.
out and
Do
see
it
how it.
now. Get your phone out. Do it now if you want. I'm serious. Do it now.
Sure.
Do you use iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
So you can say, you can just tell Siri to do it. Hey Siri, turn on the grayscale.
Hey Siri, turn on the grayscale.
Bishal is now on.
Bingo. Grayscale now. Black and
Now,
white.
what India teaches us about liberalism and its decline from grey area with Sean Illing.
I think it heard me wrong
Big
completely.
grayscale. Grayscale. Yeah.
Hey Siri, turn on grayscale.
Okay, I've turned
Okay,
grayscale on.
that worked.
Bingo. Bingo. Especially if you can't do throughout the day, what I recommend is do it after 9 p.m. Because your brain should not be getting activated, especially at night. It will hamper the long-term health of your sleep quality and poor sleep. Basically the quality of the sleep, and that's not something we want. So, Ramesh, why don't you, before moving on to the next module that we're going to discuss, why don't you repeat one by one, taking time, all the 10 habits that lower people's confidence, and your one sentence explanation about each habit. Here is the habit, here is the explanation. Here's the habit, here's the explanation. Again, I'm making you do it so that it gets into your subconscious mind. It's not about whether you do it or not. It can become a game changer for you. So go ahead.
Okay, so the first one is letting other people's opinions dictate your decisions. Uh, so a simple explanation is don't listen to other people, just have strong beliefs, core values, and follow them.
Yeah.
And number two is constantly feeling small because of negative self-talk. So
Yeah.
to address this, you can do your daily affirmations to make sure that
Yes.
you completely remove any kind of negative self-talk.
Yeah.
Number three is not keeping the promises to self. So just make sure, focus on being more committed to your decisions. So I think that will help. Number four, constantly second guessing your action. So I think what you can do for this is be confident in your decisions and don't question yourself. Move on to the
Right.
next.
Yeah.
Number five is not accepting compliments. Don't do
Mm.
that. Don't be embarrassed. Just accept it gracefully. Say thank you.
Mm.
I accept your compliment.
Mm.
Number six is too much apologizing.
Yeah.
It's good to apologize, but do it once if you've done something wrong. Don't keep
Yeah.
apologizing and making yourself feel small. Number seven is gossiping about other people. Sometimes it's just better to mind your own business and focus on yourself rather than what others are doing. And number eight is living more on the phone rather than speaking, having real conversations with people. For this, just try turning on grayscale on your phone, and don't use your phone as much. Don't use it first thing in the morning. Uh, Number nine is not continuing the journey to transformation. So here again, once you make certain decisions, be committed to that decision and follow through. That's the only way to do it.
Bingo.
And number 10 is hang out with people that don't challenge you. So I think this is more about being in the comfort zone. So be with people who, you know, push you to be better in life, who are always challenging you. That's how you grow as a person. So yeah.
Absolutely. Bingo. Ramesh, let me ask you a question. When somebody applies this, based on your experience being in this program for the last 3 to 4 months, what do you think will be the impact in somebody's life if they apply these 10 tips in their life? What do you think based on your experience being here in this program?
I think they will become a lot more confident. For example, before this program, I was like a very underconfident person, but now I feel I'm able to speak freely,
Yeah.
express my thoughts much better. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's one of the biggest benefits. And of course, you'll
So
become a much better communicator. Yeah.
speaking freely, speaking confidently, being a much better communicator. Absolutely. Bingo. Thank you. Thank you, Ramesh. Okay. Cool.